Yay, we're home with the new wheels. So first step we got to do is break down the old wheels and tires and then swap them on over. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a quick little how-to. I break down these tires. Thank goodness my neighbor has one of these old school bead breakers, and it makes the work a lot easier. And then to get these lock rings off, got a couple of pry bars, so I'll show you guys how that works. Here's the bead breaker. It's just got a claw and a cradle on the other side. Set it down across the wheel. Fold both levers up. Keep some pressure on here. Push this down. Pushes the bead down, no problem. I've gone ahead and done that all the way around, and so now it's time to take this ring off. Yay, tires on the wheel. It is actually a different day. I had to call it quits for the night last night because the tire, I couldn't get it to the bead to set, so I had to do the old starting fluid trick. I did get some tire soap that I was gonna try to use. It's a tire mounting compound. It's like this weird paste, and you spread it around there, and it usually works. But I thought I'd try the starting fluid trick, and it was way more tame than some of the videos I had seen on YouTube. So I think I'll probably use that method for the other ones. This tire currently has, I think it only has like 20 psi in it, but that's enough to hold it on the bead and for us to get a look at it. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next. This wheel here, I have all the 20 bolts off of it, so I'll go ahead and lay the tire that I have broken down, and we'll try and get it on there, and I'll get a video of the starting fluid deal. Here's the O-ring. We take this and put it around the wheel. You want to make sure that everything is really clean, because this is what seals the two halves together. Lube that O-ring up a little bit just to help it not bind or anything on the second piece. This wheel, it does have to be indexed with the valve stem, so there's a notch in the bottom section of the wheel, so you want to make sure that that valve stem goes in there. Just check and make sure that your O-ring looks fairly even. It's not pushed out anywhere. That looks pretty good. So now we'll get the nuts on here and tighten it all down in a crisscross sequence. Alright, so as you guys saw, I had several failed attempts at making it work with the starting fluid trick on this second wheel. So I did in fact use this Murphy's tire mounting goop, and it worked like a dream. You just pack this stuff around the, you get one of the beads set on there pretty good, pack that stuff around the other bead, and air it up, it holds just enough pressure to get the bead up on there, and now you can reuse this stuff. You just scrape it off, throw it back in the tub, and I'll use it on the next wheel. New package. This is the adapters. This little box here is 12 by 12 by 3, weighs 120 pounds. It's pretty deceiving. I saw it there on the porch, went to snatch it up, and it was a bit more than I expected. I got the wheels over here that I have, the two that I got mounted up. I just went ahead and hosed them off to try and clean off some of this ickiness, and then I'll go ahead and be painting those black. I got all my bolts and they're zinc coated, so I think I'll be leaving those the zinc coating. I don't think I'm gonna paint over those, and then the adapters I'm gonna paint white. The adapters unboxed, when they come shipped to you, they have a light coating of oil to prevent them from rusting. So what I'm gonna do is give them a little hose down with brake parts clean and a wipe down, and that'll just make sure that the paint will have a better chance of sticking to the adapters. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how this Murphy soap works. I don't know if you can see here, but I probably have a 3-inch lip between the bead of the tire and the bead of the wheel. So I'm just going to pack that seam with this Murphy soap. Just spread it around, get a nice even coat so that you can tell that that gap between the tire and the wheel is closed up. Don't be shy about it. You get to reuse most of this. You can, once the tire will push it all out, so you can just scrape it off once you're done. This acts as a good lubricant, as well as helping cover up the gap. Alright, hopefully that's enough. Just scrape the excess off back in your bucket. Pretty gross. Alright, I'm going to fire up the truck so we can use the air pressure off of it to fill the tire up. just like that, another tire is mounted on the wheel. Maybe when inflating it yourself at home, if you're doing something like this, don't put your face right next to it when you're seating the bead. Maybe that would be a little safer, but I did it this time and it turned out okay. One of the adapters mocked up. Here's one of the new wheels just roughly mounted up. I only got 2 of the bolts in the adapter there, but this is a dirty factory wheel, and this is the new one. I do have 2 of the wheels. This is the adapter here. It's painted white, and it all turned out great. I got another adapter over here, but this wheel, I painted these with undercoat, and I thought that it would work out all right, but it's not staying, it's not drying at all. It's still super tacky to the touch, and I don't know if that's just how it's supposed to be, but it's not going to work for this application. So like I said, the adapters turned out great, but I'm gonna have to figure out a way to, 1, get this stuff off, and 2, paint it with maybe a truck bed liner or something like that. But the wheel mocked up on here, it does look good. So I think that's all I'm gonna be able to do this weekend. I'll have to come back and attack it maybe a little bit later during this coming week or next weekend. So stay tuned for the update, and thanks for watching.